The year's 1992, and I had just signed up for Little League Baseball. I had played before and I knew that I was better than average, so I was excited to prove to my dad how good I was. I was excited to make him proud, just like any 8-year-old son would be. In practice, I was hitting far, running fast, and catching well. We had our first game and we played really well, including myself, which was great because my dad was there to see it. Our second game came around and we were playing against a team who was known in the area to be very, very good, including their pitcher, who was at the age of 8 years old throwing like a 50-mile-per-hour fastball. If you know anything about baseball, you know that that's pretty impressive for an 8-year-old. I was second up to the plate, first pitch lets loose, and I get hit square in the elbow with a fast pitch. And from that point forward, I was scared of the ball for the remainder of the season. At every single game, at every single pitch that I was up to the plate, I either ducked or backed off the plate for the remainder of the entire season. Talk about embarrassing. Talk about feeling like I let my father down. After every single game, I grew more ashamed of my performance, I grew more ashamed of my fear of the ball, and I grew more embarrassed that my dad, who came to all my games, was there to watch this. And finally, at the end of the season, after the last game, my dad pulled me aside to talk to me. And at this point in my 8-year-old brain, I was certain that he was going to tell me how disappointed he was. But what he did changed my life forever. He put his arm around me and he told me he was proud of me for not giving up. And in that moment, I still remember the look in his face. I still remember the positivity in his voice. And I remember the relief I felt knowing that I hadn't disappointed him, that he was able to find something in that entire horrible experience that he could consider a silver lining. And from that point forward, that really laid the foundation for how I would treat every obstacle in life. And as far back as I can remember, that's my first experience with someone who was able to find a golden nugget in a big pile of mud. And it's situations like these that really remind me how important our inner circle is to our success. He could have sat me down and told me how horribly I played, how scared I was, how badly it embarrassed him, but he used that moment as an opportunity to build me up. And especially for that being in my formative years, that really changed me for the rest of my life. Now you have to realize the people that you keep close to you play a huge role in how you treat every scenario that you come across. So the closest people in your life, your friends and family, will greatly affect how you approach problems and scenarios where you need to be strong. This is something that I learned the value of at a very early age thanks to my dad. So with that being said, I'm gonna give you 3 kinds of people that you're gonna wanna keep outside of your inner circle. If you're someone who's looking to progress your life, if you're someone who has goals, and if you're someone who's seeking self-improvement. These are red flags, signs, elements that I've learned to pick up along the way, learning this lesson at such an early age. Now keep in mind, I'm not telling you to close out your friends and family that don't meet this criteria, but it is good to take inventory of your life, right? We're only on this planet for a finite amount of time, especially in the grand scheme of things. If you look at the planet, the universe, all that good stuff, we're here for a blink of an eye. And I personally don't want to spend it being held back. I want to flourish and have the most amount of success possible. So with that being said, these are the 3 kinds of people that you either need to learn how to have a tough conversation with or start to distance yourself from if you're someone who has goals and is seeking self-improvement. Number 1, the person who's always smack talking others behind their back. This person is unhappy with themselves, so they turn that on other people. People who have the time to talk badly about others, especially behind their back, aren't truly focused on getting better themselves. The way I see it, I'm too busy focusing on my own self-improvement to focus on other people's mistakes and slip-ups. Judging other people doesn't get me any further in life, and it doesn't get them any further in life. So next time you catch those closest to you doing this, you might want to take inventory of that. I'm not telling you to do anything about it. I'm not telling you to take action, but take inventory of it at least. If you're here watching this video, you're probably into self-improvement. So you've probably heard the phrase, you are the sum or the average of your 5 closest friends. It is a 100% fact that you will start to take on the attributes of those who surround you, whether that's good or bad. The second kind of person you need to watch out for is one with a negative mindset. This person has a problem for every solution. They may call themselves realists, and they use that as an excuse to tell you why your goals aren't going to pan out. They always have, like I said, a problem for every solution. So when you want to do this, they have a problem for that. When you want to do that, they have a problem for this. So you need to be careful of this, because if you let that kind of mindset get into your brain, you're going to start to feel like all your efforts are for nothing. I once heard my grandpa say, you can't win the lottery if you don't play. And that stuck with me ever since. Sure, are there going to be obstacles in your way under any endeavor? Absolutely. But you can't approach things with this negative mindset, even if it is realistic. Approaching your dreams and your aspirations from this perspective is really great for one thing: putting brakes on taking action. Pablo Picasso said that action is the fundamental key to all success. So you need to be able to take action. And if you have people in your life telling you that everything you're trying is never going to pan out, you need to take inventory of that. You need to realize what's happening. I'm not telling you to cut people off just yet. But I am telling you to take inventory of that and realize that these people are negative minded and they're gonna have a problem for every solution. The third kind of person I like to watch out for are those who aren't happy with their situation but are doing nothing about it. These people love to complain, they love to say why things are never gonna change, and they almost seem to need to be unhappy to be happy. If you're unhappy with your current situation, you need to take action to make that better. Whether that's your fitness, whether that's your business or financial situation, or your relationships at home, you need to take action on that. You can't sit there and hope that things will get better. No one is gonna hand you accomplished goals. You need to go out there and take action yourself. These kind of people, in my opinion, make me feel like I shouldn't even try because things aren't gonna get better anyways. And if your inner circle of people closest to you are like that, it's time to take inventory of that. Now, I've found there's two ways to address this situation with these three kinds of people we mentioned. One, you can start to fade away and back off them. But many times we find that these people are those who we truly love and don't want to back off from. So if that's your situation, you need to sit down and learn to have that awkward conversation. If they truly mean something to you and you do love them and you want them in your life, you need to let them know how you want to proceed with life, with a more positive mindset, a more positive approach. And you may be finding yourself asking, well, where would I find more positive people anyways? Some of my best friends I've made in the gym. Get a gym membership. This obviously is a fitness channel, but if we're surrounding ourselves with people that are holding us back, that's gonna hold back not just things like business, finance, relationships, it can hold back your fitness. Why are you going to the gym? Why are you wasting your time with that? Let's go drink, let's go eat, let's go party. Health is one of the main things I prioritize my life around, and I'm definitely not gonna let anyone keep me away from having a healthy life. So the gym is a great place to meet people who are on that same wavelength. They're there because they have goals and they're chasing them. They're actually taking action. Second place I'd look would be a martial arts school. I've made plenty of really great friendships just by joining jiu-jitsu. And you have to remember, these are people who have goals, they have aspirations, they want to get the black belt, they want to compete, they want to earn gold medals, they want to get as strong as possible. These are the kind of people I want to surround myself with. They want to be better, I want to be better. It's a nice match. And they help push me in the right direction, which is always a big plus. The third place where I've made some really cool connections, believe it or not, is social media. I've been able to connect with people who want to get fit, be good at jiu-jitsu, build side businesses, be wealthy. These are all things that I want to chase. Not only have I been able to surround myself with people who are good at this, I've been able to surround myself with people who teach this stuff. Social media is a slippery slope, so if you're just using it to doom scroll and you're mindlessly just going through content, you're kind of wasting your time. What you need to do is follow people who are at a spot that you want to be. Make connections with those people, send out messages, ask advice, ask questions. These people are on social media because they're social. And a lot of these people are here because they want to help. You have to remember that you are the version now that your 8-year-old self was looking forward to being. And if I'm going to let anybody down, it's definitely not going to be him. Life is a fragile but beautiful thing, and we can do a lot with our time while we're here. We just need to surround ourselves with people who are going to promote that. Remember, a negative mindset is going to be way more common than a positive mindset. So I think it's important to remember when you run into people who have that go-getter, positive attitude, that they were either born that way or they worked on it. And those are exactly the kind of people I want to keep close to me. And sometimes, such as what I experienced when I was 8 years old, it only takes one act of kindness to greatly change someone's life for the remainder of their years. So remember that moving forward. I'd like to encourage you to approach life with kindness, but a go-getter attitude. Let's be honest with our friends, but let's be positive. Let's build people up, not break people down. There's enough success to go around for all of us. There's no need to be holding each other back. If you have some amazing people in your life, those who push you forward, those who tell you what you need to hear, but are there to support you, lift you up when you're feeling down, and push you to keep going, I think it's a good idea to let them know what they mean to you. I think life is all about human connection, and sometimes we make some really solid connections along the way. It's easy to get caught up in the ideas, the dreams, the goals that we're all chasing. Sometimes we forget to show love to those who really have been there for us our entire lives. And if this is a journey you're just starting, I don't care how old you are, there's still time to become the person your 8-year-old self wanted you to be.